Yo, turn the lights down low and the drama up. She's late, she's loud, and she live. Woo! You already know who it is. Shades 2, baby. She back again. Crowd lit, vibe on 10. Shade walk in like we back again. News, tea, jokes and spins. She don't do small talk, she go in. From the headlines to the comment section. She call names with no correction. You tuned in, don't act brand new. It's late night, baby, she got that view.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want, and laughs all day. Look on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left game, and back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want, and laughs all day. Look on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Popcorn ready, wig on alert. She dropped one line, is somebody hurt? Talk show queen with a side of roast. She run this thing from coast to coast. Late on purpose, still on time. She hit you with shade, then call it a rhyme. Talk smart, talk slick, talk flame. Say the name right here, late night with Shay.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. That's right. News, drama, laughs, whatever else you feel like. One mic, one queen. Late night with Shay. On Shay's tube, she back again.
It's late night with Shay.
Yeah, she say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. Now you thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. Now you thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Yeah.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome to Shades 2 Late Night Owls Talk Time, the place to get the real facts, no fake mess here, you guys. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Welcome to everyone that's in the bushes, everyone who watches this in the replay over here in the chat. We got Jermaine. Thank you guys so much for being here. You guys, don't forget to thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications, share, leave a comment. And if you want to show additional support, feel free to do a super sticker, super chat, Cash App donation at $ Shades 2, or cop yourself a membership for $4.99 per month. All right. So again, thank you guys so much for being here. Let me go ahead and do this copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. That entire copyright disclaimer is in my description area. Part of it is scrolling across that screen. All right, y'all. Tonight we're going to be talking about Timothy Busfield. I have some more updated information on him. One of the alleged victim's mother sent him a message, okay? And they are asking the question, is Timothy Busfield, does he have a double, I forgot what they call it, is he living a double life, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. Then I got maybe like 2 or 3 breaking news, and that will be the end of this live. So go get yourself a drink and relax in bed. If you are at work, continue to do your job and watch or listen to me on the down low. And we are getting ready to get started in just 1 minute. Let me go ahead and put the background music on. I hope you guys had a beautiful Tuesday, and here's to a fab Wednesday. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with this. Let me put this header up. Hopefully, I still got his name up here. I probably don't because I change headers all daggone day. Let's take Kiefer down. And then we'll do Timothy. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this stuff up here, you guys. I'm going to tell y'all all about Timothy situation now. Okay, and let's go ahead and put this back up. Okay, let's go ahead and put this up. Okay, so anyway, let's turn this down just a little bit more. Okay. So anyway, I got some updated information on Timothy, and the mom of the child stars sends a 3-word message to actor accused of molesting. I didn't even mean to say that word. Sorry about that, YouTube. MOLESTING sons. Okay, let me tell you what those 3 words are. So the mother of alleged child victims accusing Timothy Busfield of sexual assault reportedly had a message for him. As you guys already know, the 68-year-old actor director was accused of actually abusing 2 children actors who he met on the series The Cleaning Lady. Busfield surrendered to the Albuquerque police 5 days after a warrant was issued for his arrest for his alleged sexual misconduct with the twin child actors. Now, per the arrest warrant affidavit obtained by the Mirror U.S., he was charged with 2 counts of criminal sexual contact of a minor and 1 count of child abuse. A former Cleaning Lady crew member, Christopher Ford, made a claim in new court docs within the case that the mother of the boys had threatened Busfield. Ford worked as a security guard and a driver for the show's principal actor. In documents obtained by the Mirror US, Ford said he was present at lunch when the parents of the 2 boys went out to lunch with the lead actor in Corrales in the spring of 2024. He claimed that during the lunch, the mother was visibly upset at the possibility that her sons would not be back on the Fox series for the 4th season. Ford claimed that she told the lead actor that if her sons were not brought back for the next season, get Busfield and have his ASS. Hey, Tony Vance, thank you so much for being here. Now, according to the arrest warrant affidavit, Busfield had replaced the boys with a younger boy who had auditioned. So the mother allegedly said, right now she said, get Busfield and have his ASS. Now, what does that entail? I don't know. Okay, but allegedly she said this, okay? Somebody said, as of right now, the mother's lying. And if you question the kids away from the parents, I'm sure they would tell the truth. I know all kinds of crap goes on, but here's the question. Were the parents with the children at all times? As my understanding, no child or children will be left unattended without their parents when shooting a film, TV commercials, or interview, and etc. Somebody said, yeah, I definitely have to see how this plays out. But he has had problems like this before. The thing that makes me question this is the fact that someone else was present. Somebody said he was actually accused of sexual assault against a child in 1994, which resulted in a settlement for the alleged victim. So he's had a lot of little, allegations throughout his years as an actor and director, which is, a trip. Hmm. So now let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and see what else they got next. Okay, so the next story that I have, the next update, they're questioning if he could have been leading a double life. Okay, now remember yesterday when I was talking about him and I was reading all the things that I was reading, some good statements from his friends and colleagues and things of that nature. And even the kids in that audio, they say he didn't touch them or anything. But the thing about it is this right here, which I pointed out yesterday. I was like, just because someone is acting nice in front of you and not doing anything wrong, it still doesn't mean they could not be doing this somewhere else at a later time. Okay, so anyway, so let's see here. Hold on. Now, they said in this article, it is not unusual for somebody to portray themselves one way in front of their friends and family and to have an alter identity where they act out like this. Chris Hansen said this, okay? Y'all remember him from To Catch a Predator. And that's the same thing I said too. Now, Hansen said Busfield previously settled actual misconduct allegations against him in civil court. He added the actor knew since at least November he was being investigated for the most recent accusations and had time to work with his attorneys and drum up support from colleagues. So he said, my question is, if you have been in the business that long, why are you alone with two boys? Why does that even happen? Hansen said, I'm suspicious of the circumstances surrounding what happened. So let's see what everybody's saying. They said, I don't believe it. So another commenter said, he's a creeper. I believe he has a dark side. I believe he touched those kids. Somebody else said, I believe it's true. Hmm. Somebody said, my stepfather was a nightmare. We looked all normal to the outside. Far from it. I lived with boogeyman. We all did. So like I said, again, just because someone is getting good letters from all of their friends and colleagues or, and other people they know, it doesn't mean that they can't have another side of them that they let come out at certain times. Not saying that Timothy did this. I'm just saying, point blank. Now let's go over here and see if we can find some more information on TikTok about him, okay? Now hold on for a second. Hold on, y'all. Let's see what they got. Oh, I think he went to that little hearing too. And I think they said he was released. Let's look at this right here. I think they're going to tell you that in here on here. So I think they gave him bail and everything. Let's make sure I'm right.
Timothy Busfield, and the 3 updates in the child charges case. Let's get into it. Update number 1, the polygraph. Update number 2, the security guard, the independent witness. And of course, update number 3, the interview of the children by the police officer. First update, Timothy Busfield actually passed a polygraph test related to his case and the accusations that were made against him. Passing a polygraph doesn't mean that much in a court case. It is persuasive in a bail argument, but if an officer ever tries to get you to take a polygraph, refuse it. It's usually a trick that law enforcement uses with the target of investigation to say, hey, let's have you take a polygraph. You pass the polygraph, I'll close this case. And then you come in for the polygraph. They got cameras all over there. You're hooked up to a machine, and they'll start saying, oh, machine says you're not telling the truth. And the person starts getting all nervous, like, oh my God, what am I going to do? The machine says I'm not telling the truth, but I can help you. You just need to tell me the truth that I want to hear. So it's usually a trick, but it can be persuasive in a bail argument. Update number 2, there's a security guard. According to this security guard, his name is Christopher Ford. He worked for Hollywood Security. And he says, you know what? I was actually in New Mexico at the filming of season 3 of The Cleaning Lady. And when I was there, the mother of those kids, she was pissed. She was so pissed off. She was just talking about how she was going to get Timothy Busfield, how she was going to have his ass if her boys weren't brought back to the next season. Pretty good evidence. Update number 3, probably the best piece of evidence for Tim, is the recordings of when law enforcement first speaks with those kids. And we have it right here. So this is the police officer speaking with the child.
Right? You don't know when to touch your private areas?
Yeah, but he didn't touch them.
Doesn't touch your private parts?
So the kid's saying he didn't touch him. Then the officer gets
And
specific.
you know what's right and wrong, right? You know where people can't touch, where people can't do. Yeah, you know that, right? Does Tim ever do that?
Does Tim ever do that?
No, he's never touched me.
Never touched you?
No, he's never touched me. Not until my mom worked on me and the therapist. Now I'm ready to give you a different story. Very good evidence for Tim, especially in a case that's all words. It's all, they just claim that Tim did this with no other evidence, nothing to corroborate it. That statement right there, that's a reason to doubt. That's a reason to doubt the credibility of this kid. And it's a reason to acquit Timothy Busfield. Timothy Busfield.
Let's go ahead.
And the 3 updates.
So let's see what they said about his hearing today. Okay, let me see. I thought he was going to talk about it. Let's see. So let's see what they're going to tell us right here.
You know, as you listen to that audio tape of those boys, they're pretty definitive.
Yep.
When questioned in saying, nope, never happened. I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't know. Then you hear their story changed after talking to a therapist. That can really cut 2 ways.
I'm glad you mentioned it. 2 ways. One could be, yeah, they're not telling the truth. The parents are pushing them to lie, because they were upset that they were
Sure is weird shit. I don't know who to believe.
recast. That's one way of looking at it. The other way of looking at it is, and we've seen this countless times in a lot of sexual assault cases. I don't care if you're a child. I don't care if you're an adult. If you were sexually abused, sometimes you repress those memories. You might not even recognize what happened to you, particularly if you're a young child. And sometimes it takes speaking to a therapist, being evaluated by a doctor, for you to understand what happened to you. And that can happen many times. We don't know the situation here, but I will tell you, that is not great for the prosecution, because you couple that with other evidence that there was an independent investigation from Warner Brothers that found no corroborating evidence of assault, that Busfield conducted this psychosexual evaluation where they said he didn't have those proclivities towards assaulting children. They also he did a polygraph exam and passed it, which, by the way, in New Mexico can potentially be used as evidence at a trial. It's one of those rare states. So you couple all that, and you mentioned the history of the parents. I got to say, it gives you pause as to whether or not these allegations are true.
What about the fact that there have been cases where people have gone to therapists and all of a sudden remembered past abuse, and these cases have gotten a lot of notoriety and have gone to trial and often fall apart because it's just somebody, quote, remembering something that happened because a therapist can, oh, well, that must be because you were sexually abused.
There are memory specialists. This has come up a lot of times before. I've seen it in the Harvey Weinstein trial. I believe it happened in the Amber Heard case as well. There are the conversations about, well, what do you mean about repressed memories? What do you mean? Because there are those who would say, who are skeptical, are you recreating a memory that happened?
Are you planting?
And that becomes kind of, it's a new kind of science. It's a rife for cross-examination from an attorney, but there might be something there when you think about, if these allegations are true, or any kind of sexual assault allegations are true, think about what that person, went through, and maybe what somebody does that to try to repress something like that. It's a complicated situation.
So I was still trying to figure out exactly in his court case today. Let me look it up on my phone real quick, you guys, because he went into the thing. Let's see. I think he's definitely out on bond or bail or whatever you call it. Let's see. Yeah. So he will be released from jail amid child sexual abuse. I know he was, because I think he went up for a hearing today. I believe so. They're trying to get me to pay for this service. Let's see. So they say he will be eligible for release from a New Mexico jail as he faces charges of child sex abuse. And that's what the judge ruled. And so, yeah, today he had the pretrial detention hearing. And Judge David A. Murphy ruled there was no probable cause to show that the West Wing however you say that, must remain behind bars due to a public safety. Was that an earthquake? That was an aftershock. I just felt it. Hold on, Jay. That was the earthquake, wasn't it? That was a little mellow. I felt that one. I really, truly did. That's why I'm getting out of Cali, because I can't do these earthquakes. I felt that one. What was it? The aftershock. Gosh, I felt that because I was like, damn, because you could feel the chair shaking. That was a trip, man. Honestly, when you live in earthquake territory, that's why I don't understand how old people live out here, because constantly I would be worried about having one, and what would you do? Especially if you'd be like, old. That's what, that's why I'm gonna leave here, because I'm not gonna be involved in an earthquake if I can help it. You know what I'm saying? We don't get enough warnings or anything. It doesn't come in time. The other day when they had the earthquake out here, we did get a warning, but it was like 2 seconds before the earthquake. You don't have time enough to do anything. That was a trip. But anyway, it just felt like somebody was shaking my chair and shit. Anyway, I hope they don't have another one. But let's see. I was at here. I said, okay, anyway, Murphy denied state prosecutor's motion to keep him detained and allowed the 68-year-old to be released on his own recognized, I forgot how you said that, recognizance or something, after he spent a week in jail. So in a statement to U.S. Today, Busfield's lawyer, Larry Stein, said his team is delighted that the judge thoroughly reviewed the evidence and reached a just decision. He said, and we are excited and happy, especially his wife, Melissa Gilbert. Anyway, they did reach out to Bernalillo County District Attorney's Office for comment, and I guess they didn't reply back to them yet. Anyway, his wife was there. Okay, she was seated behind her husband in the gallery. Okay, they said that she was crying. And let's see what else they got here. So Busfield was there in person this time. Last time he was on a virtual appearance before the judge. And like I told y'all yesterday, Melissa and some other people submitted a letter in support of her actor husband. And in the letter, she called him my love, my rock, my partner in business in life. So when he came into the prison into the courtroom, I'm sorry, he had on an orange prison uniform and socks with open-toe slippers. He put on brown rimmed glasses to read over documents with his lawyers in the minutes leading up to the judge's arrival. So the state prosecutors in Busfield's defense were allotted an hour each to present their arguments for and against his continued detention. His next due for a status conference on February the 4th. So yeah, he's got to come back for a status conference on February the 4th. So they say he does not pose a danger to the safety of others. And he also said, based on the limited information I have in front of me, I'll characterize the weight of the evidence against the defendant as neutral at this point in time. The judge also noted that Busfield has zero criminal history and there are no similar allegations involving children of this past. Any prior sexual assault allegations against him, which were mentioned in his criminal complaint, haven't been vetted by the judiciary system. And as such, Murphy said, I cannot find that the state has proven by clearly convincing evidence that there are no release conditions that will reasonably protect the safety of any other person in the community. The conditions of Busfield's release are that he must appear in all future court hearings and report to pretrial services in Albuquerque. He also cannot violate any laws, have firearms or dangerous weapons, possess or consume alcohol or illegal drugs, or have contact with alleged victims, their families, or any minor children in this case. Okay, so there you go. And as y'all already know, he is charged with 2 counts of criminal actual contact of a minor and 1 count of child abuse on January the 9th. Okay, so he is getting ready to get out on his own reckoness, or however you say that. Recognizance. I forget how you say that shit. That's crazy. So they say he abused both of those 2 boys back in 22 and 2024. That's tripped out. He said it's not true though. Okay, that's what he said. But anyway, as I get more information, I will keep you updated on this case. Again, do y'all think this man did all of these things with these little kids? Or do you think the dad is coaching them and trying to get more money? Trying to get money. Yeah, more money because they had another lawsuit that they did. Because they were trying to get that one, I guess, dismissed or something. That was a 4.2. Aftershock. How long can you have those? Oh, you think that's a regular earthquake? Where was that at? Another one in India? I'm so glad we don't live there because they probably really felt it. The other one was a what? The other earthquake they had yesterday. I hope that doesn't mean they're going to have a major earthquake. I don't know what I just said a few minutes ago. Y'all erase that. Okay, because I was thinking about another case. Erase that what I just said a few seconds ago because I'm up here thinking about this earthquake at the same time too. And shit. Okay, so erase that what I just said. Okay, because no one, was I just talking about? That's not true. That's to another case. Okay, so that was just a blooper because I'm sitting up here hoping that we don't have another damn earthquake. I'm up here thinking, what if you have another one while you sleep? You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm straight up leaving Cali because I cannot do this with these earthquakes. That shit does not feel good when something just starts shaking. I'm like, I'm like sitting up here saying, who moving my damn chair? And then I realized it's an earthquake. That's when I said it. In the initial audio, the boy said that he did not touch them, right? And then all of a sudden, after the 2019, what was it called? 2000. No, I'm getting confused with what's the case. In the audio, they said the boys did not do it when the police interviewed them. Okay. And then I guess somewhere they changed it. You know, I forgot when they said they changed because I'm getting him and Michael Jackson stuff mixed up. Okay, so somewhere they changed that, and then now they're saying that he did. And then remember, yeah, because we just saw, didn't we just hear audio that said that the police was questioning the two little boys, and they said no, he didn't touch me and things like that. That's the same. That's what Timothy, right? Okay. Hold on, let's see what they're talking about right here. What is this right here? Hold on. There are victims, and they were still these two boys, but they weren't victimized by Tim Busfield. Okay, who is Amber? Amber Fairberg told the judge that. Let me see who she is. They're talking about when he came in on, let's see. Oh, that's Busfield's, one of his attorneys, I think. So she claimed they were victimized by their own parents who no longer could make money as a lawyer disbarred. He could no longer write, he could no longer could write bad checks, taking 85% of money they made on a TV show and then manufacture it to victims as revenge. Whoever wrote this, man, goodness. I mean, he also, the victim's father, also pleaded guilty to a federal charge of conspiracy to commit wire fraud in 2017. Damn. The father of the twins. That's crazy, huh? Okay. So the two boys' dad was he pleaded guilty to a federal charge of conspiracy to commit wire fraud. And then didn't they say he was writing bounce checks or something? Yeah, they say he was writing bad checks. And he also took 85% of the money they made on the TV show. So they claim one of Busfield's lawyer claims that they were victimized by their own parents. The way I just told you guys they did. I know the dad was a lawyer and he was disbarred. Gosh. So you just never know. Like I said before, you just never know, if this is true or not. I can't say 100% because I don't know. So Mr. Timothy Busfield, his talent agency dropped him too. He's also been edited out of a recent rom-com, I guess. They say he has no power. Okay? Because of those allegations. So that's a trip. I don't know what made them change. I do not know. Remember, they sued him before, right? Is this the same dude that sued him before? Let me think. No, I'm getting confused with the other people's case. I don't know why they changed their mind. Mm-mm-mm. Is that okay? Did it show up on your thing yet? Did the cats word? They didn't know. Mm, okay. So now they're talking about when he was accused that an allegation of messing with that little girl. Hmm. Yeah, he said that Colin Swift said that Busfield actually abused his daughter. Remember, I was telling you guys about that in California. She was 16 years old then. She said he kissed her and put his hands down her pants and touched her privates. And that's the one who um, Busfield allegedly begged the family not to report it and said that he would go to therapists. And that dude just happened to be a therapist. That's tripped out. Mm-mm-mm. And that, yeah, like I said, any additional updated information, I will give it to you guys. Goodness. This man, I just don't know what to say. Mm-mm-mm. But anyway, let's move on to some breaking news real quick, you guys, so we can get up out of here. We've been on here for 37 minutes. I was still reading some stuff, so it is what it is. He could have, I don't know for sure. This case is weird because remember, the girl said that he touched her in her private area and did some other stuff and kissed her. So, when he begged the parent not to, call the police, I guess, or file charges or whatever, he's already admitting that he did that. Okay? So you just never know with these little boys and stuff. You just never know. You don't really know. All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and do some breaking news for you, and I will keep y'all updated regarding that story too. So let's see here. If you are, I know when you be in a car driving, you don't really feel small earthquakes because, like the one they had last night, that wasn't last night, it was just yesterday, I think. I didn't even feel it because when you're driving, unless it's a major one, you just don't feel an earthquake. Even when I was in the shower at the time, I didn't feel that earthquake. They keep them having them out there in India, though. So hopefully they don't have one like a stronger one because, man, it's going to be messed up if they do. Okay. Now let's get into a little breaking news. So they had some more recalls. They have a recall on some tuna. Okay, that's one thing. And then the dog food. And it was one more thing that they had a recall on. Let's see what it is. Let's check this out to see. Okay. Yeah, they had some tuna fish recall. Okay, let's see. The tuna. Let's see which one it is. So the recall affects Genova, yellowfin tuna, and olive oil. Okay. And then Genova, yellowfin tuna, and extra virgin olive oil with sea salt. So I don't know if they have it in your state, but I never seen that here. And I guess they do because I see California up there. So they said what you need to do if you have that, after you go to Google and type in tuna recalls, okay, it should pop up. And then you have to look for the numbers and all that stuff. And if they match, you probably just need to take it back to the store. Period. Gosh. Okay, let's see what else we got here. And then they had, well, this is in Georgia, a company recalls 13,000 pounds of chicken breast over listeria concerns. This food is just not going to be safe pretty soon at all. And then, like I said, they had some dog food. I believe that was a recall too. So when you go into Google, just type in dog food recall as well. Okay. Now let's see what else we got here. See here. Why am I on the damn Google? It's supposed to be on my dang old thing over here. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Check this out. A pregnant mother of two heading out to warm up her car. She was beaten with I think they beat her with a metal baseball bat. And she was pregnant, like I said, and they also hit her in the stomach with the baseball bat. It was a man and a woman. Can y'all believe that? They were stalking her over a relationship beef. Now, fortunately, she did not lose the child. Last time I checked, she was in the hospital. Yeah, it was a man and a woman. And the girl also stated to unalive the baby to get the baby. That's crazy. That is really sick. Now they claim that Nick Reiner is reportedly almost childlike in jail. They say he's unable to mentally process the unaliving of his parents. Dang, he was really messed up, you guys. A 13-year-old girl, you guys, jumped from a New York City bridge to her own unaliving. And the family says it happened because she was taken from them. That's sad. Yeah, I guess they took the child away from her parents, and she probably, sad about that. They said this little girl suffered from severe mental health issues, and she often hallucinated. That's sad. They claim Martin Lawrence's dramatic weight loss and slurred speech sparks health rumors again. But they don't realize that, when he was sick, everything that he went through could be the after effect of it. And plus, he's getting older. Okay, so it could be a lot of reasons why he's speaking like he is and things of that, you know, and things like that. Okay? Okay, let's see what else we got. Let's see. I think that's it with the breaking news that I have. Okay, I didn't keep a lot of breaking news, but I think I told you guys about everything. So with that being said, then I guess we need to get on out of here. Thank you guys so much for being here. Tony Vance, Jermaine, everybody in the bushes, and everybody who watched this in the replay. Thank you again. Don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications, share, and leave a comment. And if you want to show additional support for this channel, feel free to do a super sticker, super chat, cash up donation, or $ Shades to, or copy yourself a membership for $4.99 a month. All right. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about Timothy Busfield. Do you think he's leading like an undercover life, or you think these kids, dad and them, are just making up stuff just to keep him, messed up, or to get him in trouble, or whatever the case is? And let me know what y'all think about all these dang on recalls and stuff. And make sure you just type it into Google, and it should come up with a list of things that you need to know about. All right. Other than that, you guys, have a good night, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you, Jermaine. All right, y'all, let's get out of here. Let me first change this. I forgot to change it. All right, we just changed that. All right, you guys, let me go ahead and tell y'all thank you, and then you guys have a blessed night, and I will see you tomorrow. And make sure you check out my other videos, all of them. And thank you for doing that too.
Yo, turn the lights down low and the drama up. She's late, she's loud, and she live. Woo! You already know who it is. Shades 2, baby. She back again. Woo! Mic hot, crowd lit, vibe on 10. Shay walk in like we back again. News, tea, jokes and spins. She don't do small talk, she go in. From the headlines to the comment section, she call names with no correction. You tuned in, don't act brand new. It's late night, baby, she got that view.
Late night with Shay.
She say what she want, and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I let name, back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want, and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Popcorn ready, wig on alert. She dropped one line, is somebody hurt? Talk show queen with a side of roast. She run this thing from coast to coast. Late on purpose, still on time. She hit you with shade, then call it a rhyme. Talk smart, talk slick, talk flame. Say the name right, yeah, late night with Shay.
Late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. That's right. News, drama, laughs, whatever else you feel like. One mic, one queen. Late night with Shay.